It's that time. It's a match preview. It's a match preview for probably the biggest match I've witnessed in my entire fucking life. 31 years of accomplishing absolutely nothing on this earth. It'll all be redeemed. It'll all be worthwhile if Scotland not only beat Ukraine tomorrow night, but then go on to beat Wales. But before we can even speak about Wales, before we can even discuss Wales, discuss the final, we need to beat Ukraine. We need to get past the semis, and we need to book our spot against the Welsh. Now, this game against Ukraine, it's been pretty controversial to say the least. It's split a lot of opinions here, especially Graham Souness, who came out and said he wants Scotland to lose. He wants Ukraine to win. Graham Souness, what are you doing? You're a fucking fake Scotsman. You don't wear a kilt. You wear a fucking skirt because you're a big girl's blouse, man. There's no way any Scotsman should want Ukraine to win. I don't want Ukraine to win, I tell you that right now. I want Scotland to do to Ukraine what Russia haven't been able to do. I want to blow Ukraine away tomorrow night. I do not want Ukraine to win fucking at all. There's no circumstances where I would ever not want Scotland to win. And it's no different when we play Ukraine. I don't care if we're playing Ukraine, Russia, fucking Saudi Arabia, some under, Down syndrome under 11s. I don't fucking care. I want Scotland to win 10 times out of 10. Graham Souness, what an absolute knob. Perhaps he's been living down in England for too long now. It's clouded his judgment because there's no way that he should be wanting Scotland to lose this. I mean, Alan Hansom's a Scotsman, and we all know that he used to lick up English arse. And I think Graham Souness is probably in a similar situation. But would he say the same about Liverpool? If Liverpool were in a Champions League final against Shakhtar Donetsk or Dynamo Kiev, would he say that he wants them to win instead of Liverpool? I doubt it. So as far as I'm concerned, Graham Souness, you're not a Scotsman, you're a fucking fraud. So it's fuck Graham Souness. Fuck him. Right, let's move on though. We're here to preview the match. We're not here to bombard Graham Souness with a bunch of hate, even though those comments were disgraceful. Lots of players have come out. Andy Robertson's came out and disagreed with him. Craig Gordon's come out and disagreed with him. I would imagine every single Scottish player has come out and disagreed with him, because how the hell could you agree with those comments? And if one of the Scotland players came out and actually agreed and said, yeah, no, I agree with Souness, I want us to lose, I would want them dropped for the team. I would never want them picked again. Even in a friendly, I would say, right, that's it. Go change your nationality. Go get a Ukrainian passport, mate, because you ain't playing for Scotland. That's how I would be looking at it. But let's talk about the game. So, obviously, this is massive. Now, it's not ideal that we have some injuries. Most notable injury is Kieran Tierney. Let's be real. He is a crucial part of the Scotland team. And not only that, he seems to play a role that I don't think anyone else can play in this team. He plays the left centre-back. The way he interlinks and, teams up with Robertson, it is phenomenal. The way he gets forward, it's phenomenal. And I don't think we have another player in the defence that's capable of doing that. At least I haven't seen it yet. And I don't think Steve Clarke will experiment. When people have said maybe we could play Hickey in that role, I don't think he's going to risk it. I mean, this is a playoff semi-final for the World Cup. I mean, these kind of games don't grow on trees. It's not like a Scottish Cup, Scottish Premier League, Champions League. Every single season you've got a chance to do that. These things come around once every 4 years. So this is not the time to experiment. I don't think we can expect someone to play and do the exact same thing that Kieran Tierney does. For me, we're just going to have to go more simple. I think he'll stick to the 5-3-2 formation, but I don't think whoever plays in the left centre-back position is going to actually do the Kieran Tierney role. So, I mean, that's what I think. Now, in terms of the team, in terms of what I would go with, I noticed Andy Robertson was drinking like a couple of nights ago, and I tell you what, if he's got... Unless he was drinking like WKD and it was one bottle, I'll be pissed, because this is the biggest game of his career. I don't care, Premier League final days, Champions League finals, this is bigger than that. I mean, this is Scotland versus Ukraine. This is your country, right? Anybody can play for a top team. It fucking matters nothing. I mean, it matters nothing at the end of the day. No one in Scotland's going to remember Robertson for winning a Champions League with Liverpool, but we will remember Robertson if he gets us to a World Cup. So, Robertson, please lay off the drink. As far as I'm concerned, you can turn yourself into George Best and drink yourself to death after we beat Wales, but not before. After we beat Ukraine, and then after we go and beat Wales. Now, in terms of the starting 11, it has to be Gordon. I've seen people say and debate whether it might be Marshall. No, it has to be Gordon. He was voted player of the season. He was the player of the season. He's the best goalkeeper in Scotland. Fucking one of the best. Could be the best goalkeeper in Britain. He very well could be. If not, he is definitely, like, I would say, top five. Can you name, on current form, is there five better goalkeepers in the English Premiership? I don't think so, than Craig Gordon. I mean, Craig Gordon has to start. I mean, it's not the fact that... I mean, I do forgive Marshall for what he done in the Euros. That's not why I think he should be dropped. It's not some hate crime or, some vendetta against Marshall that I don't want him in the team. I just don't think he's good enough to be getting the team when Craig Gordon's around. So, I mean, that's simple. For me, Craig Gordon starts. Moving on to the left back, Andy Robertson will be there. 100% Andy Robertson will be there. As for the right, I think we've got to go with Stephen O'Donnell. I think it has to be Stephen O'Donnell. I believe Patterson won't make it. Patterson is out injured, so I think it'll be O'Donnell. It couldn't have. People are saying go with Ralston. Ralston's had the best season of his career. I don't think Ralston's ever started a game for Scotland, and I think Steve Clarke has loyalty. I think Steve Clarke likes to go with the players that have brought him to the dance, players that have rewarded him in the past, and for that reason alone, I would be surprised big time if he went with Ralston over O'Donnell. I would go with O'Donnell. I think O'Donnell is the safe option, so I believe O'Donnell will start. As for the three at the back, I would go... Now, I know nobody else is probably going to pick this three, but this would be my three centre-backs, without fail. In the middle, I would go Grant Hanley. On the right, I would go John Souttar. And on the left, I would go Scott McKenna. Yes, I know it hasn't been done, but I would rather go those three. I don't want to see McTominay dropped into a centre-back role. I don't really want to see Liam Cooper in there. But I've got a feeling that we will see McTominay in there because I think that's just something Steve Clarke will do. He's done it in the past and I think he'll do it again. But I would love to see those guys get a chance. I would love to see Souttar and McKenna start. Souttar's had a great season, as has McKenna. And, Hanley's probably been our best centre-back now for the past, 3 years. So that would be my three in the back. Let me know if you agree with that or not. Moving on to the midfield. The three midfield. I think the midfield pretty much picks itself. I would go with McGinn, McGregor and Gilmour. That's the three I would go with. If you don't agree with it, then I don't know what to tell you. But for me, that's the three that should be picked. And up front, it's got to be Lyndon Dykes and Shea Adams. I think they work well together. I think they play off each other well. And together, I think they can fire us to a World Cup. So that would be my team. I would go with Gordon and nets. The back five would be O'Donnell, Souttar, Hanley, McKenna, Robertson. In the midfield, we go with McGinn, McGregor and Gilmour. And up front, Dykes and, of course, Shea Adams. So that would be my lineup, guys. Let me know down below what would be your lineup for this massive match. And overall, what's my score prediction going to be? What do I think the result will be? I'm confident. I think we'll do it. And I think we'll do it in style. I'm going to go Scotland 3, Ukraine 0. I think I'm going to pump them 3-0 while keeping a clean sheet. And that's exactly what I want. I don't want it to be close. I don't want Ukraine to almost get there. I want us to win as convincing and as dominating as possible. That'll make me happy, right? None of this virtue signalling from Graham Souness wanting to lie down and let other teams win. That shit is nonsense. So I'm going with 3-0 Scotland. Also, one thing I want to bring up here, Steve Clarke says that he said his team isn't one tournament wonders. Therefore, he doesn't want his team to be known as just a team that qualified for one tournament. And of course, I don't think Scotland are that at all. I mean, we basically qualified for the first tournament available under Steve Clarke. So it's not like Steve Clarke's had one opportunity and he got us there. So I don't understand that at all. Plus, I mean, we're still in an opportunity here. We're in the playoffs. We're doing better than we've done over recent years. So, I mean, I think that, we're not one tournament wonders at all. I don't believe we're one tournament wonders at all. So, guys, that is it. I'm going to go 3-0 Scotland. Let me know what you're going down below. I'll catch you in the next one. I'll catch you for the match review. Let's hope we're definitely not one tournament wonders after tomorrow night. But, looking forward to it. Should be a massive game. Well, will be a massive game. I don't really care. It could be the worst game of football ever, man. We just have to win it, right? It doesn't. We could play the shittest game we've ever played. We could play San Marino levels of shit. As long as we score more goals than Ukraine, that's all that matters, guys. That is it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully for a positive review. I think I'll be getting the drink in tomorrow night. I haven't had a drink in about, 6 months, but I'll need one tomorrow to calm the nerves, because I'm sure there will be a lot of nerves. Even if we could be 10-0 up, 90 minutes gone, and I'll still be nervous. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time, I'll catch you later. Peace.